Love-inspired suspense and HarperAudio present Secrets Beneath the Snow by Teresa Summers, performed by Lydia Lee. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. To my Heavenly Father, who is my source of strength each and every day, and to Trevor, Nathan, Zachary, Seth, and Adeline, I love you. Chapter 1. Nothing was as cold as a tomb of snow. Even if Graham McAllister's tomb was man-made on a well-maintained ski run on Silver Ridge Mountain, deep within the Colorado Rockies. Its rugged peaks beckoned world-class skiers to its diamond runs from all over the world. The powder coated the mountain in undisturbed white, hanging heavy on the evergreen's branches. There was nothing like tipping over a ridge, skis sinking into the powder. It was fresh, pure, just like a first kiss. Unless it buried you beneath its force, which was why Graham always took his job on the ski patrol seriously, and why he agreed to crawl into a hole he could barely move in. The freedom of the slopes called to Graham, even as he huddled in a hole he dug. Normally, he didn't mind training exercises. They prepared him and his avalanche-certified black lab, Emmy, to find those taken within a wave of a snow. But normally, he wasn't the one buried, waiting to be found. Yet today, not one person volunteered. So here he was, praying his fellow ski patrol hadn't forgotten him and punched out early to party on a Friday afternoon. Memories of digging out victims from an avalanche 2 years ago rampaged his mind, their bodies mangled from the brute force of snow. He slammed his eyes closed against the image. Where was his ski team? They should have been here by now. He zipped and unzipped the collar of his patrol coat, anything to keep from listening to the rhythm of his breath reverberating against the icy walls, accompanied by his pulse thumping in his ears. Why did his nightmares have to bombard him now? Nightmares that had increased since Ollie's death 3 weeks ago. No, not death. Murder. He zipped faster, but the teeth caught on his neck. A growl escaped his throat, and he kicked his heel into the cavern's wall. Where was Emmy? He glanced at his watch. 20 minutes. 10 more, and in real-world circumstances his chance of survival would be cut in half. Graham dropped his head back against the jagged wall of snow. The icy blue caves surrounding him had dulled to gray. Outside, the coming storm must be settling around the mountain, darkening the mid-afternoon sky. He was running out of time. He should have called in sick today. Or maybe not. Being in a hole was better than wallowing in his regrets at home with nothing to do. It only reminded him that never again would Ollie pound on his door after a heavy snow, ready to tackle the back slopes. Home only reminded him he had lost a friend. Not just a friend. A brother. Come on, Emmy. His voice bounced off the frigid walls with a hollow echo. He trusted Emmy. She was good at her job as a Colorado Rapid Avalanche Deployment, CRAD, certified lab. It was his patrol team he didn't trust. Or maybe it was just his patrol director. Something about the guy triggered an inner alarm. How could he not want to investigate the circumstances surrounding Ollie's death? Ollie had been one of them. Emmy was unsettled too. She always stood rigid, on alert, as if sensing something wrong on the ski patrol. Since Ollie had been Emmy's previous handler, her senses seemed to be on extra high alert now. Another minute ticked by on his watch. Another minute to keep searching Anaconda Gulch before the coming storm hit. Gone. It didn't matter that he had already scoured the area for hours over the last 3 weeks. Ollie's phone had to be buried there somewhere beneath the snow, close to where he had supposedly fallen off into the gulch. According to the text Ollie had sent Graham immediately before he died, that phone contained pictures that would prove it was murder. He owed it to Ollie to find his killer. A muffled crunch of snow drifted down from the surface. Graham stiffened. He released a slow breath as claws scratched up above Graham's den. Black paws broke through the barrier, followed by a long, wet nose sniffing into the hole. Graham closed his eyes as Emmy's wet tongue slid across his cheek. The chuckle she always pulled out of him contrasted with his mood. Yep, it's me, Emmy. He reached up and scratched her ears. 22 minutes. You
Sample complete. Ready to continue?